strutting like he's throwing his wings out. The team is struggling this morning, guys. Made it about an hour 15-minute drive out of Atlanta this morning to one of our best buddies' farms. I'm supposed to be meeting Lee here. I'm supposed to meet him at 6:20 right now. He had to turn around to go get the keys, the gate keys to this place. So I think he's gonna be like 45 minutes late. And then my buddy John is supposed to be filming me this morning, and he got a flat tire on the interstate driving down here. So
when I was here yesterday in that field right there, you think he's on the edge of this field?
I think he's just where the road turns to the right up there, like in that little pine oak clearing right there.
That's probably one of the ones I heard or saw yesterday. It could happen early, dude. If you can pull off a self-filmed...
Yeah, John's still getting his tire changed right now on the side
This
of the road.
morning's been a little chaotic. So, a little recap. We're in North Georgia turkey hunting, and I've been trying my best to just like get buttoned up where I'm just like, yep, got this,
Never
good to
gonna
go.
happen.
I had everything packed in the car. I'm like, this is good. I even got, like, we're early this morning, and I walked right out the door and forgot my keys to the gate here. And like, so we've been in a tailspin, like trying to get the keys and get back here before sunlight.
I've been just chilling here for 45 minutes.
I know, listening to one gobble. Drew's got a camera guy, John, who's on the way. He blew out a tire, didn't have a jack in his car, so he's waiting on roadside assistance. I think he's scrambling to get here, but
at this rate, there's gonna be a bird on the ground before he gets here. So y'all go that way, and then we'll. I think he'll be here in like an hour or so.
Okay. Well,
I'll kill this bird real quick, and then I'll meet up with you guys.
Careful.
I'm just kidding. It never
No,
happens
it
like
never
that.
does. I was telling Thomas, I'm like, dude,
you got wood trim in here somewhere?
I got nothing.
Dang it.
I was telling Thomas on the way here, I was like, man, we saw a bunch of birds yesterday. I think we can get on them early. And he was like,
we're gonna see the birds. There's no question about that. It's whether or not we can kill one. That's the.
It always
question.
goes back to that movie quote from Shooter. Just when you think you got it figured, you're wrong. We need to kind of hurry and run late. I was hoping to get in here in the dark. I've already heard, they're burning it down, dude. I already hear them. And their roosts are right where I thought they'd be. So, here's the deal. I came here yesterday morning and was just locating a bunch of birds. And mid-morning, probably early, this is a huge cow pasture. And there was a couple birds on the other side of this hill. I'm hearing them gobble right now like crazy. The layout of this place is that Drew and I have permission to hunt here. It's a large tract of land, and it's mostly fields and cow pastures. The plan today is I'm actually going to try and stick out, if we can get up there in time, I want to stick out a hen and a jake. And we should be able to see these birds coming from a long ways off, so hopefully we can get some cool footage today. But what I want to do is let's just crest to this hill. I'll give you guys an update on how my owl hoot's doing. I think it's improved, maybe a little. See if we can figure out where they're at, and then maybe get in these clump of trees or drop on down and maybe get like even closer to them. But let's get up there and get a plan together. Be honest, was that better than last year? Actually, yeah. Scale of 1 to 10.
5.
What was that last year? Like a 4.5?
Yeah, last year he was a 4.
Well, in 5 years I'll be a 10 then.
There you go.
I've got tree cover on that group of trees just out there in between us and them. I'm gonna sneak these decoys out in this little field right here, and then we're gonna get set up on one of the base of these trees. I think they're gonna pitch on out in this pasture. That can be set just like this. I think they're roosted on that tree line over there, a little bit in the woods. Hopefully they'll pitch out in here and kind of work their way up to us. This whole hillside above us is covered in scratches. And almost every cow patty was all just torn to shreds. I have not turkey hunted yet this year. I've taken some friends, I've hunted with some friends. Went with my buddy Easton, went with my buddy Cersei. It's finally my time to do some hunting, so really, really excited. I'm excited to be here. Just even being near the tree, this place is beautiful, and just to hear on this, not to sound soft, but like to me that's almost enough, you know? Like I don't even really care to pull the trigger. I'm not saying we're not gonna try our hardest to, but
it'd be icing to see him strut right off that road.
I know. Wonder if Drew's had any updates on his bird.
I tried to pick my gun up because I'm trying to film with one hand. I have the gun in my lap right now. But there is a bird that is going absolutely crazy. The direction they just went, I mean, I've never heard a gobbler just gobble on top of itself like this one has been doing for 30 minutes. It's just like non-stop. Once the gobbler saw the hens kind of coming down the road, he just spit straight to them and didn't care about my decoys over here. He probably couldn't see my decoys. I have a bedded hen and a jig. He probably couldn't see the hen.
As far as I can see, I can't see him, but I think we go up top on there and kind of work our way down till we get to that pasture over there, just make sure he's not on this hillside somewhere. I think you're right. I think he's probably in that clear cut and burn. But he was out there, I think we saw him about 9 o'clock is when I saw him yesterday, which is in about 45 minutes, so hopefully we can beat him there. But I just want to make sure that we don't bump him coming through here. I was just soaking that up, man. That's so freaking cool.
Go get him before he gets wet.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Dude, we had to have walked right past him, didn't we? He came
No,
out.
I think he heard you calling that whole way walking
he
down,
just-
and he came off
That's
that
what he
hilltop.
probably did. He was on that hill, and he probably heard us calling and walking and got curious.
And he pitched across that
I didn't
ditch.
hear him
And when
pitch the
I saw him,
creek.
he was running, and I thought we bumped him.
I thought he was gonna go away, but then when we started soft calling to him, he came and
Yeah, he was running because he flew across the ditch
Yeah.
and just hit the ground running.
I was like, man, I'm just gonna soak this up because it's over.
Oh yeah,
It's
Like
over,
this-
baby.
When he kind of puffed up and he
Yeah,
slowed down and
yeah.
puffed up, I was like, oh, he's coming.
I guarantee you that was the one I saw out here strutting yesterday.
Dude,
afternoon.
good call. He was like, dude, we just gotta sit. I know he ain't gobbled, but we gotta sit right here.
It didn't seem like it was happening this morning. Like yesterday, they were burning it down. This morning, they just like hit the ground and weren't really talking. And I told Thomas, I was like, I feel like we just need to get the decoys out here and just kind of sit, just see if we can't catch one just coming in, easing in. And yes, baby,
Let's go.
first turkey 2023 for me.
What
in
a
my home
dude, he's
state of
huge,
Georgia.
too.
Yeah, he's a big bird.
That's a big bird.
That feels so good. That feels so good. Our buddy that let us come hunt this place, man, I know you're probably watching this episode. Seriously, dude, thank you. Freaking love you, dude. And the fact that you are very generous with this place, it just, I don't know, man, speaks to who you are. So if you're watching, thank you. Drew, we're gonna kick it back to you because I know you probably have some action going on right now. And hopefully we'll end the day with both of us getting a bird. We're gonna get him on out of here, and we got the rest of the day to kind of, let's go get a biscuit. Sound like a plan?
I'm down.
All right.
Sounds like John is about to be here, so I'm gonna go pick him up, and then we're gonna go after these birds. It would be really hard to chase these birds without someone filming for me, so perfect timing, actually. Oh, there you are. I thought you were hiding from me. You about missed all the action.
Did I? What'd I miss?
I had like a group of 10 birds fly down, and I called 2 jakes in, but the gobbler stayed like 30 or 40 yards behind the decoys. Been having a good morning?
Yeah, let me show you what's happening.
Oh, jeez. That is what you call a blowout.
Well, you know, I tried to patch it.
Some
It
duct
worked.
tape. Duct tape didn't work.
No, didn't have that gorilla glue. So.
Well, hey, there's a bird gobbling like I've never heard a bird gobble before. He's been going for the last 45 minutes, so
That'd make my morning.
hope you got your running shoes on.
I do. My magic shoes.
Going with the upright hen. sure is probably already in that field, or at least almost there, working the way this way. Well, that didn't take long. We actually drove over to a different property, and we went, I don't know, 200 yards out of the gate, and there was a strutter up on this hill where I actually killed my first turkey ever up there, I think like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. It looked like he's by himself. Did you see any other birds up there?
No.
But there's a gap in the fence that kind of leads down to this lower pasture, and then there's a food plot up on the top, and he's just kind of strutting and spinning up there right in that gap. So we drove around to the backside of the property, and we're going to try to kind of sneak up. There's a little logging road that kind of gets up to the edge of that pasture. Just going to get close and start calling, probably set up a decoy and try to call him into us. I know he's going to work up that hill at some point, so I think we'll just kind of get in an area where we think he's going to eventually cross and not try to force something. I don't really want to just try to crawl up and ambush him. But there's other birds out here too. This field is always full of them. So we're likely to run into another one on our way over there. We just bumped two chinks. They ran up the hill. They're standing in the field right now, but I don't want them to run past the longbeard. I think there's a big, almost like a hedgerow of briars and stuff in between us and him, so we actually can probably get pretty close. Dead? I believe so. That's really good. Yeah. He kind of dropped down into a ditch. I think he dropped right there. I'm sorry, dude.
That's fine. I just hope the footage is good.
Holy crap.
He came right in front, and then
I mean, I had my bead on his head at 15 yards for like
I had
45
this.
seconds. Yeah, you had a bush in your way.
That bush was totally in my way.
He just came in silent from right behind us. I see him flopping around down there now. Dude. Let's go. That was crazy. So there's a big thicket right here that's in between us and where he was strutting earlier. And so we stopped and set up because we couldn't go any farther. And we're just I was calling a little bit, kind of softly, and then all of a sudden I heard something just easing through the woods back behind us. So he must have looped up into that field where the jakes were and dropped down back on top of us, and he was just like slowly coming through. His head popped out, I mean, less than 15 yards. But John was on the other side of the tree, so he couldn't really see him. I mean, I was like, my bead was on his head. I was waiting for you to be like, I'm on him. But he ended up just circling down, and we just kept raking leaves and stuff, just quietly, to keep him around. At one point, he was going back the other way. But I know it's gonna be hard to tell like what exactly was going on there, but he ended up circling down all the way down the hill from us and got like 180 degrees on the other side of the tree, and had like one little clearing that we could both see through. It was cool having him that close.
That was intense.
I mean, you could hear him just like strutting, like he's throwing his wings out when he was up here in this field when we first walked up. You could hear him drumming. Let's go up there and check him out. So Lee and Thomas were actually down on the road. They're kind of just driving back and forth looking for other birds. And they said the bird that we originally were going after is still out in the field, just like strutted, full, just hadn't really even moved. So this must have been a different bird that came in from behind us. I don't know how that footage is gonna turn out. I don't know if you can see him. I could barely see the bird because he kind of dropped off in this ditch, but it was a now or never moment. So now it's time to go to Tennessee next, Tennessee openers this weekend. Let's get him out of here. Show the boys. Oh my gosh. Just being all dramatic and stuff.
No, it's not.
This wind's gonna help you out too.
Okay, here we go. What was y'all's guesses?
21, 2.
22.
23.
All right.
So you're saying we weren't close on the first
No,
guess?
not even close at all.
All right, then I'm going.
I need to reweigh
Hey.
mine.
I'm going 17.
I hope that's not right. My bird weighed 16.99. Yours weighed 20.87.
Really?
Yeah. Which, holding him up,
Yeah.
you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
He's not near as heavy as yours.
You gonna check my turkey for weights?
Yeah, I feel like I might need to. That sucker's dense.
Yeah.
That was pretty seamless. I mean,
I wouldn't call it that.
well, besides from the chaos this morning.
Besides John popping his tire, you forgetting the keys, and then having about 15 birds fly off the roost and go straight away from me.
But I said this morning, typically when it starts off chaotic like that, when everything goes wrong, is usually when you have a good day.
That's true. That is true.
But
Well, heck yeah, let's get some
can't
pictures.
complain. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Good work, dude.
You too.